Hello again. On the face of it, it seems odd that almost half the men currently entering Britain by sailing across the English Channel should be Albanians. I mean, let's face it, Albania is not really a dangerous place, is it? Why would anybody be fleeing from persecution and the danger of war there? Cheap package holidays are advertised in Britain for those who want a Mediterranean holiday, which is less expensive than Italy or Greece. Albania is fast becoming a popular place for people to go on holiday from this country. Why on earth would we be granting asylum to people from such a safe country? Honestly, a cynical person would think that some kind of racket is being worked here. The trick is, of course, to claim that one has been the victim of modern slavery. And over 90% of such claims are promptly accepted and the supposed victim given indefinite leave to remain in the UK. The Albanians are really leading the field in this. They know there's no point at all pretending that they've been in danger in their own country. So what they claim is that they've been trafficked to Britain and taken into slavery here, which automatically gives them the right of protection in this country. And of course, once they've got their feet under the table here and are nicely settled and have indefinite leave to remain, they can send home for their wives and kids, and indeed go back to Albania for holidays to visit their family whenever they feel like it. Chris Phillip, an MP who used to be the immigration minister in this country, so he really ought to know something about this. He exposes what is going on in today's Daily Telegraph. I give a link to the article which he wrote for that newspaper in the description to this video. That this is a racket can be seen from the fact that 10 times as many claims of modern slavery as a means to remain in Britain are made to similar claims in Germany or France. In other words, it seems that all the modern slavery is taking place in this country. Once such a claim has been accepted, it is quite literally impossible ever to get rid of the person. Even if he commits murder or is convicted of running brothels, we are stuck with these people forever, because it would be a violation of their human rights to deport them back to that perfectly safe country of Albania, in case they became victims once more of modern slavery. Since it is Albanians who are blazing a trail for this method of making fraudulent claims to remain here, although I have not the slightest doubt that Africans will catch on to this scam in the fullness of time, we might look at how they do here. At one time, British prisons were full of Jamaican criminals, but they are today simply nowhere in the foreign prisoner league. The largest number of foreign prisoners we currently have in our prisons are just over 1,500 Albanians. There are 4 times as many Albanians these days in British prisons as there are Jamaicans. Again, I give a link to the figures for this. In many parts of this country, Albanians have a tight grip on many unsavoury types of crime, such as prostitution, drug dealing, and of course drug smuggling from abroad. Even in the West Country, in places like Dorset and Devon, the Albanian gangsters are running all the drug dealing there. They've proved to be far more cunning and resourceful than the Jamaicans who formerly ran many of these rackets. As has been seen in Sweden, Albanian gangsters tend to have plenty of access to guns and explosives, and this helps to make them the best way of saying is that they're feared by other criminals, even tough British criminals. Viewers might perhaps remember the conviction earlier this year in London of a merciless assassin who gunned a man down on his own doorstep. Anis Fuad Hamisi was optimistically described in news reports as Swedish, as was his victim, Flamur Bekiri. This was of course quite false. They were both Albanians who had gained Swedish citizenship by posing as refugees. I give a link to this case also in the description to this video. From cannabis farms to county lines, Albanians have taken over from established criminal networks in Britain. And when they are caught and imprisoned, they cannot be deported because they are officially victims of modern slavery. Quite an ingenious racket, I'm sure that viewers will agree. And oh yes, they're also up to their elbows in the illegal immigration business, advertising to other Albanians on TikTok, offering to arrange passage across the English Channel and explaining helpfully how they can avoid being deported once they arrive in our country by making a spurious claim of having been trafficked into modern slavery.